Here we go, y'all. We tried something new out this week. Yeah, as you can hear, we got a beat going on, and this beat is brought to you by Mike Ballard. Thank you for that. So really appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna have to stop it because it's overpowering my voice. But I wanted to come in with this. This is another segment of the HBCU Daily Grind. Resources beyond the yard. You know me, Omar Muhammad, helping you improve and progress in business and in life. There we go. And in life, it was overpowering me. I got to figure out how to bring it in and bring it out, but I'm going to figure it out. So helping you improve and progress in business and in life. Also, HBCU advocate and alum. I also want to let you know that you can find us on Instagram, Twitter. What else are we on? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on LinkedIn. And we also at HBCU by association, that is. And we also have our website, HBCU by association. So that's where you can find us. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Man, we are moving forward with this journey, really highlighting the HBCU alum as they journey throughout their entrepreneurial venture, as well as life. So as you know, we always have a special guest, and this time we go always going down south. All the schools, all the HBCUs are down south, right? So
where does the South? What is it? Mason-Dixon line? Where does that?
I don't know. Well, you southern than you're southern than I'm gonna say Baltimore, Maryland. So as you see, we have our special guest over there, Maisha Hoye, and she had multiple companies. So I'm gonna let her talk about the companies. But before you go there, welcome to HBCU Daily Grind.
This is so great. It is so great to have a platform for us HBCU graduates. So thank you and welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right, good deal. So you got to shout out your HBCU now.
Yeah, well, so as part of my introduction, hello everyone. I am Maisha B. Hoye. I am a Hampton University pirate, but more importantly, I am the daughter of two Cheney grads who met and fell in love at Cheney University. Oh. I have a sister, two sisters. One went to Spelman, and my baby sister is also a Hampton University pirate. So we are a complete HBCU family over here.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations. I did not know that. So that's all good to know. Really appreciate you for sharing that. And, yes. So Hampton. So I always, have this conversation, before we get into talking business is, talking about, Hampton or just talk about your HBCU. And I kind of look at 4 quadrants of the HBCU, and it just happens to spell HBCU. So the H is for homecoming, of course, yes. The B is for Black excellence. That could be your professors, the history of the school. The C is for clubs and organizations. Depending on what type of clubs or organization. And then the U is for a united place where you and your classmates met just to have fun, to talk about business or what have you. So out of those 4 quadrants, which ones resonate with you? Is it one? Or
all 4?
All 4, okay.
So the HBCU audience will know. We need homecoming. That's the place where we all come back and connect. What was the B?
Absolutely. What's the B is for Black excellence. Black excellence.
So I just saw something today that said that Hampton University graduates are at the top 3 of earners. And that's because of our teachers, instructors, professors, the dean, and all the way up to Dr. Harvey. So I would say Black excellence is there, and we're always striving to be better.
I hear you. I'm not gonna let you go. Now, you don't start something with that. All these other HBCU alum are gonna say, "What's she talking about?" She said, "You got to go to Hampton if you want to make some money."
So let me just say that Xavier University, I think, was first. Okay. And Spelman was second. And once I saw Hampton, I didn't really read further. It's on.
Okay,
that's it is funny. On. I'm also the communications chair and fundraising chair for the Philadelphia Hampton University Pirates, and I posted it on our Facebook page, so you can always find that information there and see if your school is on there.
I'm not even gonna look. I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna say all 107 because I represent all 107. But if you want to look, just go on to what's the Facebook page. Go on the Facebook page and look at that. So what was your major at Hampton?
I was a marketing major. My dream was to be in advertising when I first started to look at majors as a serious thing. I went into graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Marketing. I lived in New York. I wanted to go to New York, so let me say that. So I started doing retail there, which is why I have great customer service skills. And I worked probably every major brand of retail. Some of them are gone now with the pandemic and stuff, but every major brand of retail. And then finally moved to Maryland. And that's when I really started my marketing career, working for IT companies in Maryland.
Okay, all right. So was entrepreneurship prevalent at your university?
No, it wasn't. It's so fun. I love it. It is now. They have a whole course, diploma on entrepreneurship, and I'm so excited. And I love, so I have a lot of Hampton University clients, as you can probably guess. Yeah. So I love when I can send them back there to talk about us and being in business and the highs and lows of that. But really the younger folks, they got it faster, better than we had it at that age. Like they're starting business and making millions of dollars day one. And we're like, oh, we're still grinding. But no, entrepreneurship was not on the menu for me. I probably would have taken that course. If it was, I started selling those. I don't know if anybody remembers those cards. You used to get cards in mail. You used to go to your neighbors. Yeah, so I did that at a young age.
Okay, hold on. You got me thinking. What kind of cards were those?
They were just like some kind of, I guess, a fundraiser I signed up for. And then you would go door to door and sell to your neighbors, and you would, take half of the money. So it's always been in my blood, but I'm a first generation entrepreneur for my family.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. So, let's jump right into it. Before we do that, so is there one particular building at Hampton that resonates with you?
So business majors went to Buckman Hall. That is still there. So business majors went to Buckman Hall. So to all my Buckman Hall people out there listening.
Okay. All right. Well, good deal. So now let's jump into the many businesses that you have. So talk about how did you get involved with entrepreneurship?
So like I said, I was working in Maryland, and I was. Like I said, I started off as marketing manager. I always say that as my title went up, the revenues went down of the companies I work with. So when I left, I was director of marketing for an IT company, Microsoft partner. That was so great. That was so fantastic. It got bought twice. The second time that it was bought, the first time it was bought, let me say that, we all went through fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So we were twiddling our fingers for a few months because we was like, do we keep our jobs? What do we do? Blah, blah, blah. The second time I went into my COO at the time and I said, I've always thought about having my own company. I've always wanted to do something on my own. If you hear anything on the wall that some big major changes are coming, could you let me know so that I can start preparing to have my own company? In a couple of weeks, maybe more than that, he says, Maisha, let's talk because we're not sure what's going on with people and everything else. And they gave me a great severance package and I left a full-time job. That was over like 10 years ago. So when I started, this is like at the beginning with social media. So I was like, okay, I don't even know what website I want to do. I didn't have a name, brand, anything. So I used Maisha's Lemonade Stand as my first way out there. invited all my friends to like it. And I started posting about marketing and I'm being an entrepreneur and all that stuff. And that got me started. And so now MaishaTheMaistan.com is another business I have because I now can make money off of it. People pay me to post, people pay me for branding and that kind of thing, pay for sponsoring that. 2 years later, I started Customer First Marketing. And the reason I use that name is because I always notice people say customer first when it comes to their marketing strategy, but they don't really implement it. So how do I take, as you know, so how do I take my marketing expertise, my knowledge that people don't put the customer at the forefront of their strategy, and how do I apply it to small businesses and startups? So that was the mission of Customer First Marketing. And almost 10 years later, it still exists. And my last company that I am excited about is like my passion project is QBob. And QBob I started in November of 2021. And it's a Black-owned brand marketplace. I don't know if you can see my jacket. This is one of the brands.
I was going to ask about that. I saw HBCU on it.
It's 1868. Okay. It's a brand from Urban Wall Street. He's a Howard graduate. So Howard and Hampton working together. Yeah. And what I've done is I go out every day and ask Black-owned brands to list on my site. I help them sell it and I get a commission from it. But the goal really for me as a person is to be part of the Buy Black movement and to get people to purchase from Black-owned brands, not just support. I just was like, the support, I get it, but purchase puts dollars in people's bank accounts and it lets them do the generational wealth, create legacy, save money, all that. So QBob is my passion project. And that's the last business that I'll talk about today.
All right, so I want to go back. No, it's all good. I want to go back to customer service. But before that, what's the website for QBob?
So I'll give y'all. So QBob is real simple, www.kuubob.com. Customer First Marketing is customer1stmarketing.com and MaishaTheMaistan.com. Keep it simple.
All right, good. Keep it simple. I love it. So with customer service, you're right. It's, I always say to individuals, the way that you interact with your customers is going to impact whether or not you stay in business or go out of business. And I've seen some big brands where they hire, I'm going to say the younger generation. And boy, it's just horrible the way that I'm going to be real. Their customer service skills are not there. Yeah. So for entrepreneurs, when it's like a solo entrepreneur and you're working so much that you may sometimes slip up. I mean, what advice do you give to those individuals who are solo entrepreneurs and they're working 24, I don't want to say 24, let's say 18 hours a day?
It does seem like 24/7 because we sometimes work in our sleep. Yeah. Really, so really at the core, I think if people at the core of their business understood that you would not be in business if it's not for your customers, then you would respect that a little bit more. I mean, you got to give yourself a break. You got to say to yourself, maybe you have a day where you handle all those customer service inquiries. And this is new for me because, again, QBob is a product-based thing. So I got to practice what I preach here. But I think if we start off with customer first, and I hate to keep using my name, but customer first.
That's what brand is.
Right. Customer first in everything we do, even as we grow and as we scale, going back to the hiring the millennials. The other thing that I started with customer first marketing that I really, really wanted to do was I saw silos happening between sales and marketing, finance, accounting. Yeah. Customers are one way to bring your team together, to bring all of us under that one mission that we are going to grow because we're all going to take care of that customer. So as a solopreneur, you do everything, but if you start putting your customers, what their needs are in your head every morning, I think you'll do much better. Even when I'm not as successful on projects, my customers still refer me because they know that I'm out there doing what I can to make them successful.
Absolutely. Good points. Good points. Now I want to jump to this buy black. I
Yes.
love the idea. And I love the idea that, you're reaching out to HBCU alum as well. Because it's really not just all right, let's feel good. Let's check this dot. And, we're supporting Black-owned business. We're going to give one big organization of money, and they can go out and support all these other ones, which sometimes they don't do that. So I'm glad to see that you're doing that. And for this particular show and for HBCU by association, it's really about how do we get HBCU alum entrepreneurs. Let me be real specific. Black HBCU alum entrepreneurs working together to build with themselves. Then they can build some revenue where they can contribute back to the 107 HBCUs. So, so I'm glad to see that you're doing that. And where did that come from? Where did that you said this is your passion project. So where did that passion come from?
So it came from two things. One, I'm finally at a point, I believe, where I can do passion projects. I've been grinding for 8 to 10 years now. And I'm like, I love what I do. I love marketing. But my whole point was to give back to us. I give back to Hampton University with my time and my money. But I want to give back to us as a whole. And how do I do that? I need to take my skills and apply them. So the buy black, so it came when so on my blog, I write all the time, and I wrote a tribute to Martin Luther King based off his economic principles. So that was in 1965, I believe, he wrote about economic empowerment. Right. When I read his doctrine, I was like, oh my God, we're saying the same thing now. This is 40 years later, we're saying the same, we're saying the same exact thing. Exactly. So, and this is my passion part. So if I get too serious, forgive me. But
this is about you.
Why are we saying the same thing and not moving forward? Why is the dollar staying 6 hours in our community and not going to a bank or something? Just something. Why is this still happening? So this is my foray. And I want to say this. I've also started building my own Buy Black movement network of founders, because we're all trying to do the same thing. And one of them is a Hamptonian. Let me say 4th Avenue Market. If you want beauty and brand products, you will go to 4th Avenue Markets if you don't buy them from Cuba, because he has 30,000. But I'm saying all that to say, that's where this idea came from. It allows me to make money. It's now allowing me to train my son in a business, because I'm hoping that he takes it over. And it's allowing me to be part of that conversation. And I can honestly say, when I insert myself into the conversation, I can make things happen. I don't know what that is, but I just had this idea in November. So this is only 4 months that QBOB has been in existence, but I like where I'm going with this.
Okay. I like that you're involving your son as well. How old is your son?
My son is 17, about to graduate. And I'm putting graduate in quotes because it was touch and go for a second.
I hear you. Good deal.
Right. And I'm hoping he's, like I said, I'm a Hamptonian and his grandparents are Cheney. So the pressure is on him. But he's going to do things at his own time. But I want him to understand what I do, right? And why I do it. And QBOB is a great way for him to get experience. He already landed me a couple of brands when he sent out a couple of emails, trying to get his buddy. His buddy has a sweatshirt line. I'm like, come on, let me get you on my site. I'm trying to have him make that happen. I'm trying to get my son involved, because that's what we need. Legacy of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is empowering. When you know you can do it, and you do it, that's right, and it's successful, it empowers you to do so much more in life. So I'm all about entrepreneurship. I love it.
Absolutely. So I'm a 1, 2, 3, 4th generation entrepreneur. Yes. So the legacy, let's continue to build that legacy, especially with our younger generation, So we actually do a youth conference with 10 to 18-year-olds, exposing them to entrepreneurship. So yeah, we got to continue to do that.
Omar, if they have products, we got to get them on Qbob. I have a whole section called called Youngins that I haven't been able to find Youngins to promote. So we'll talk about that. I would love to get the Youngins on Qbob.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen.
Yeah. So I love it.
Absolutely. So let's dive into this question that you probably get a lot. You have 1, 2, 3 businesses. You have a son. You have your own life. You probably involved in some other activities. So, what's the secret to managing, all of these businesses that you have?
So, no, I don't have a life. This is my life, but it's a good life because and I'm being serious, but I'm being funny, but I love talking to entrepreneurs and hearing their stories, whether they hire me or not. Yeah. I love hearing you have a youth conference. I'm like excited, like, oh my gosh, so what's my next step? But the secret for me has been 2 things. Qbob, I hire other people, right? So I'm just managing and making sure that things are going smoothly. Customer first marketing.
Are these people full-time or are they like virtual assistants?
So I do subcontractors. Everybody's a 1099. Okay. I can't even think about getting involved with taxes and payroll. Yeah, except for myself. I pay myself. And that was just a model I learned years ago. Like if you don't have to do it and you can find good people, 1099 them, and it makes your life much simpler. So I do that. So customer first marketing, I have trusted partners. So if we're doing a branding exercise, I have a trusted partner that I bring in to help me with the brand, digital marketing. So I'm not doing everything by myself. I'm again managing the process. I am the strategic person. I'm the person looking at 30, 60 days down the road. And I have other people working on the day-to-day stuff. It only messes up when my partners or my people don't do. They ain't gonna do. I'm on another podcast, and my friend was like, "You need patience." I was like, "Yes, I have to learn patience." But I get paid on results, so I don't have that much patience.
Absolutely, get paid on results.
Right, and my son is older now, so. It's not so much of a balancing act as it was when I started this, when he was in 5th grade, so he was 10 years old. It's different now.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's important to make sure that you're not burning yourself out as an entrepreneur, and, subcontractors, interns, when you can find individuals that really want to work and really want to learn as well. Right. And so the other, compartmentalization works well for me. Like I used to do 9 to 3 when my son was at school, deal with him for a couple of hours, and then log back in a little bit later in the evening when everything was done. So you just got to compartmentalize. But when you love what you do, and I do, it makes it easier. But when you bring in good people, it makes it better. Make it easier. Absolutely. So I meant to ask, the name of the website is called Qbob?
Yep, www.kuubob. The KUU, the KUU stands for Kujijakalea.
Oh.
Which is, right, you get it, Okay. The U is for Ujamaa and Ujima. So I took the first principles of Kwanzaa that apply, I think, to all of us in business. Yeah. And then BOB is Black-owned brand. So Qbob. I
love it. I got to connect you with one of the guys. Are you in DC or in Maryland?
I'm right now in Philadelphia.
Okay, I need to connect you with one of my guys. He has his own brand called Black Paper Streetwear. Come on, Omar. Black Paper Streetwear.
Now,
So
what is that? What is black paper and
it's
streetwear?
all about how, for him is how do you get the dollar to continue to remain in our community?
Yes.
I'll make that connection.
The movement is growing. We are going to do some great things. Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's why, let me say, the collective piece of it, that's where I really want us to really, that's what I'm focusing on. I sent your email to the rest of the founders to say, here's what I'm doing. Get with Omar.
We need them.
Get your message out there, because it should be a collective. If we all rise together.
Absolutely. And Cheney is in Pennsylvania?
Cheney is the oldest HBCU in Cheney, Pennsylvania.
All right, I'm gonna have to come there. Maybe we can do a tour.
Yeah.
Would love that. So let's go back to Hampton real quick. And, what advice would you give to Hampton as it relates to entrepreneurship, economic empowerment?
What advice would I give to current Hamptonians?
Yes. The university itself as it relates to entrepreneurship, really providing those resources for individuals that are looking to start a business.
Well, so Hampton, like I said, is doing a great job with the its course. Mm-hmm. I'm also trying to help them, work with them on, I think in March, today's March, work with them on maybe getting more of us who are entrepreneurs back there to talk about it. I think if we follow that model of, if you see it, you can become it. Will be good. But as far as that, I think Hampton University, and we're going through a transition because we're getting a new president. I think the future is entrepreneurship, as it was 100 years ago when Marcus Garvey said that you get economic success through entrepreneurship. So I'm hoping they can do more.
Absolutely. I love it. So going to an HBCU, how did that help you in life?
So I like to start off with saying I was at an all-girls school for high school, Philadelphia High School for Girls. So if anybody's out there, Girls High. And then I went to an HBCU. What those two things do for me and the rest of my Hampton Girls High is it teaches us we could do anything. Because from Girls High, I saw with girls as president of the school, editor of the newspaper, music, all of that was all of us girls. The same thing for Hampton. When I went to Hampton, I became a student leader day one. So I saw the president of the school, the editor of our yearbook, the school newspaper, all of that was by us, Black people. So I'm always like, okay, I know we can do it. I saw it. So that's what going to an all-girls school and an HBCU can do for anything. It will motivate you. It will inspire you to know that the world is yours. You just have to go ahead and do it.
Absolutely. Just go out there and do it. That's what I believe.
Just do it. I love that. That's my favorite Nike slogan. Just do it.
Absolutely. All right. What other advice would you give to entrepreneurs, especially in the journey of really, helping out Black-owned businesses or the Black consumer as well?
So I want to change the conversation from supporting Black-owned brands. I want you to purchase from Black-owned brands. Some of these people that I work with, they spent years and time and money on building and crafting a product or a service. So we need you to purchase from them. When you purchase from them, you validate their idea and you give them the confidence to go for it. I love when a sale hits on Q-Bob. I'm like, oh yes. Not only does it motivate me, I get to give that money to the Black-owned brand and it helps them build and build and build. So entrepreneurship, purchasing from your Black-owned brands, it's important. It's an important step to take.
All right, good deal. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you want to just
let me check my notes.
Yes. I ain't even looking. You have some notes? What you got notes for? What else you want to share?
Yeah, I just like to. This is the strategy consultant. I got to make sure I got my key messages that I want to.
I got you.
And I think I covered it. I thank all of you for listening, but I want to make sure you purchase from Black-owned brands, and understand QBob is just one of many marketplaces that exist. If you do a search for Black-owned brand marketplaces, you can find products that are made by us that you can support. Far as marketing is concerned, I love marketing. Whether you work with me or not, I'm gonna give you some great ideas about how to market your company. I become very analytic. I love looking at the data, but customer first should be key in your strategy. And then for Maisha Lemonade Stand, just go ahead and visit it, because I just like getting views. The more views I have, the more money I can charge for sponsored posts.
There you go. Absolutely. Now, I can't let you go because you mentioned something real important. That is data.
Okay.
Understanding the data. So as entrepreneurs, especially solo or two-person businesses, what does that mean? Understand the data.
Let me just take some word real fast.
Okay, take your time.
So I'm a big fan of understanding your numbers. So we'll use, as a solopreneur, you have your goals, right? You have your sales goals. Blah, blah, blah. If you look at your numbers as to who visited your site, how many sales you made, who visited your site and did make a purchase, you can tweak your strategy like almost daily. Yeah. So understanding your numbers is, like, to me, very important. I just love it. So the first thing I tell my clients to do for their website is to put Google Analytics on there and understand that that's going to show you who's going, how long they're staying, where they go, their favorite pages. So you can tweak your strategy as it goes. When it comes to a business consulting piece, when I'm looking at your numbers, trying to say, okay, what's your goal? What's your sales goal? We look at the 3 or 4 months of sales. So understanding your numbers, if you're serious about your business, will help you grow your business. So if you take the time to understand them, understand the data and where the data can take you, you'll be successful.
All right. The workshop is coming near you soon.
Yes.
Hey, Maisha, one more time, give out your contact information so people can go and purchase.
Oh, so if you're purchasing.
But you said don't say support.
Right.
So
don't say support. Oh, yeah.
I changed the conversation.
So please find me on customerfirstmarketing.com. You can go onto that website, send me a message, or you can I'm on all socials except for TikTok, because I haven't captured that yet. But I'm on all socials. You can search for Maisha B. Hoye. It will all come up and you will find me. And more importantly, I will find you and respond back. I have all my systems set up for that.
Look at you. All right. Yeah, we can do a workshop on that.
Oh, absolutely. I would love it.
All right, good deal. We'll make sure that happens. Maisha, I forgot to say B. I heard you say B in the beginning. Maisha B. Hoye.
Maisha B. Hoye.
There you go. Thank you for coming on to the HBCU Daily Grind. Really appreciate your wisdom that you shared. And man, I'm glad to reconnect with you.
Yes, Omar, thank you so much for having me. And to all the future HBCU entrepreneurs, I hope to connect with you.
Yeah. Well, we're going to spend about 2 more minutes like we always do. You can stay on board or you can jump off. I'm just going to let them know some of the things that we're doing over at the HBCU by association. And I'm going to go ahead and, all right, so that's the problem. I start sharing my screen. I don't know what's going to pop up. All right, so there we go. All right, so we're only going to be here for a few minutes. So for those individuals, let me play this music too. Yeah, let's play that. Do you see my screen, Maisha?
Yeah, I can see it.
Turn this music down. All right, so for those who are not familiar with us, this is where we are. So HBCU by association was founded by an alum as well as a supporter of an HBCU. So our purpose is, as you can see, just imagine us developing a community of HBCU alum entrepreneurs all working together, take out the egos, and we begin to build collectively, and then we can donate or contribute back to the HBCU and more importantly, the community that surrounds the HBCU. So that's what we're all about. And right now, it's me and my co-founder. We also are building out these individuals as well. Of course, the students at the HBCUs, we're actually considering a nonprofit that will work with having students become, just like when I was a student, I was in the National Association of Black Accountants. So we want to create an association for entrepreneurs. Because sometimes people say, what are you again? An entrepreneur. Is that real? Yes, it's real. So we're going to focus on that. We also are working to get some ambassadors. And these are individuals who are saying, HBCUs, I'm a real big supporter of HBCUs. And then we got our HBCU Association Council. And these are presidents of alumni associations or directors of alumni associations. So we're looking to build out our team that way. And then, as Maisha talked about, she's a marketer. One of the things I always suggest people do is find out what your customers need. Find out what challenges that they're having. So for us, we have this customer discovery. We're asking different people, what is it that you want as an alum entrepreneur? So if you just go to this website, HBCU let me back up, I'm saying HBCU by association. HBCU be a customer discovery. You'll have an opportunity to help us help you. And then upcoming events. So latter part in April, we have our Collegiate Association of Startup Entrepreneurs. So student entrepreneurs working together, not just at Morgan State University or Hampton, but across HBCUs all working together. And then we have our HBCU Alum Entrepreneurship event. I can't wait to have that. I'll talk to you more about that too, Maisha. Maybe there's a workshop on data, really understanding data. So we'll work with alum entrepreneurs and helping them scale their business. And as always, this is how you can reach us. Find us on all of the social media. Our email is info@hbcuByAssociation.com, and our website is there as well. So as always, we want to leave you with just resources. You can go back and listen to this as many times as you want. We are here to support you as an alum entrepreneur. So Maisha, we really appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I don't know where I just went. Appreciate you coming on. And until next week, we'll be here next week. Oh, for those individuals who are tuned in, we have a workshop tomorrow for those individuals who want to be on a council. So if you have a connection with the Alumni Association, if you're a president, even if you are a member of the association, and you want to join us, shoot me an email, info@hbcuByAssociation. Until next week, continue to improve and progress. See you later. Peace.